Joining us now for our own debate of sorts, Republican Governor Bob McDonnell. He is a Republican governor of Virginia, and he's seen frequently on the campaign trail with Mitt Romney. Governor McDonnell, let me start with you. The framing of this is that things are moving in Romney's direction. If you look at the polling in the battleground states, there has been a movement toward him after that first debate. What makes you think at this point that is sustainable?
Because it was based on, I think, a sharp contrast between the vision of Mitt Romney and the record of Barack Obama. It's the first time that 60 million Americans live got to see the two, and another 60 million or so through social media got to see him. So I think it is a sustainable trend. And in Virginia, I think that it's all about jobs and energy and the economy and debt. That's what the independent voters, that last 7 or 8% of swing voters, are going to vote on. And I think Mitt Romney did a great job showing why his ideas for the next 4 years are going to beat the record of Barack Obama over the last 4.
Well, Governor, what do you think we learned about Paul Ryan?
Well, let me first say, Joe Biden is authentic. And last week he said two things that are really important. Every independent voter or undecided voter should remember. One, that the middle class has been buried during the last 4 years. Of course, he's been in charge the last 4 years. Number two, that absolutely Obama and Biden are going to raise your taxes about $2 trillion over the next couple of months, over the next 4 years. So what I would say is, what we learned about Paul Ryan is he is thoughtful, he understands the budget better than anybody else, and that the top issue facing the country isn't Bain Capital, it isn't Mitt Romney's tax returns, it isn't Big Bird. It's how do we get the greatest country on earth out of work, out of debt, and back to work. And when you look at 23 million Americans unemployed, 16 trillion in debt, doubling gas prices, no coherent energy strategy, it's clear to me that the Romney-Ryan ticket have the only blueprint to get us out of this mess. Yeah. We're not going to, 4 more years of the same policies is going to get us 4 more years of the same results.
Security for embassy.
Is there a larger point here beyond trying to seize on sloppiness or mistakes on the part of the administration a few weeks before the campaign, before the election?
And I agree with Jennifer. You know, as I think Americans typically, when we're attacked, we rally together. We don't use it for political reasons. And as a veteran, I feel very strongly about that. However, it does raise a couple larger questions. Specifically, is this really about some obscure video on YouTube that caused it, or is it about the same that killed our Americans on 9/11, in other words, Al-Qaeda? Were we properly prepared? Should we even have to worry about a request when on 9/11 in the Mideast, in Libya? Shouldn't we be prepared anyway? The broader question really is, has this administration's foreign policy in the Mideast helped somehow to contribute to an appearance of weakness of the United States of America, less secure, less strong foreign policy, weaker military, so that we're more susceptible to being attacked? And I would say that these sequestration cuts that the president put in place a year ago and his absolute failure of leadership to reverse those, it's going to cost Virginia 200,000 jobs and weaken the United States military, according to Leon Panetta. That's the broader question.
But you backed the deal that was part of it.
But that's not, hold on.
Paul Ryan about it.
That's not the issue. People backed the deal because the alternative was default of the United States of America. Everybody believed that the super committee was going to get the deal fixed, I think. They didn't. So now, for a year plus, since last August, the president's been a bystander. He could go in there, like the House of Representatives did, pass a bill last May to be able to reverse some of the defense cuts, put it more on the domestic side, and he's just failed to lead. And now here we are.
I want to get a comment.